Well, that's the thing that came out of the COVID lockdowns, the productivity when you have your mental health with you. Because now, I don't know if there's a big change in your company, but the big change for my one was that everyone does Zoom calls now. No one goes out to meetings anymore. Our meeting room doesn't get used anymore because everyone's on their Zoom call.
Yeah.
That's one thing. So less petrol, less travel time and all that, which is good. But I think the downfall of that is that there's even more meetings now. It's easy to have a meeting.
Just way more.
So there's too many meetings now.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to go anywhere.
It's like a meeting for a meeting about something, the same thing, you know? It's like, so it's quite common now. Like, oh, we have this big discussion and they're like, oh, we'll take this offline. And it's like, okay, it's another meeting. And I'll take that offline and take another. It's just like,
because it's too easy.
Yeah.
It's too easy to have one.
Yeah. Rather than just nutting it out.
So that was the change. The other change was, the flexibility now. Like you can work from home now.
Yeah.
You can save power. You probably have to use your own power. People's power bills gone up and internet bills gone up because they're working from home. But a lot of companies, even outside, like scaled down. Like a lot of big office buildings.
Yeah.
A lot of companies left their big offices and got smaller offices, and half the staff work at home, half the staff work at the office. So there's a lot of that happening now. So. And a lot of it comes down to, especially the mental health stuff, because while everyone's in lockdown, there's a big budget for mental health because the government, was trying to help the mental health side of things, people staying home. And then it led to like things like, now I've got more flexibility working from home. I can do like household stuff and get my job done. And now the productivity hasn't been going down.
Yeah.
Hey, it's been steady, or it's been going up in some cases. Because people have all day to do their work now.
Yeah.
Rather than 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And there's the whole 9 to 5 thing that's come under question with a lot of people, especially around the world. And do we need to work those hours now? Do we need to, now that we've got more flexibility in time?
Yeah. I guess every company will have a different approach to how they adjust to flexibility, because it depends what their customer base is. Is it a 9 to 5 coverage? Is it something that they can work with after hours or before hours? So, I think each individual company will take their own approach to how it best works for them. I think there's a company, I forgot the name, that tried it with 4 days. They worked 4 days, in the office and stuff like that. And they had their first year, they had a 19% improvement. And then they just recorded, I think the last financial year, they had about 29% increase into what they did. So some of the questions that I had for them was, how does the contract change? For 4 hours, they keep the same contract, their normal 9 to 5. So within the business, they said, look, we'll give you 4 days. As you're working.
So it's 32 hours a week?
No, they do the full 40 hours. So they might do their 10-hour days and stuff like that. But we're not changing your contract. And the reason being that is that if it doesn't work, there's no whole lot of contracts they have to change to go back to doing normal hours. Right. And so having that bit of flexibility to try and work, a lot of people adjusted to that. Let's make it work as a team. Let's not slack off, because otherwise it's going to go back. Yeah. So that's what the companies are doing. So making sure that we're not going to change their contract. We'll keep their contracts, but we're going to implement, 4-day weeks.
How about burnout for 40 hours and 4 days?
I don't think 40 hours is our norm. It's the minimum. I see it's a minimum for everybody, especially working from home. I see our people working longer from home. Even though we have the flexibility to work from home, there are other flexibilities that we're doing. But and I'm talking about myself and other people that I know that are doing that. They will, even though they'll do their normal hours, they'll still do more because it's right there in their face.
Right.
And it's there. It's just something so easy to log on. I'm worried because my daughter actually goes, "Are you working from home today, or are you going to work?" And I was like, man, you would never ask that question. I would never think that she would ask that question. And she'll say that to her mum. It was like, oh, is Dad working from home again? It's like, oh, why is she asking that question? Because she sees it all the time. It's like, oh, she'll come and give me a hug before she goes to bed. I was like, shit, she's going to bed now and I'm still working. So we also have management that says they want to go back to back in the full time in the office, right, as well,
just for the interaction.
Because that's what people are actually missing is their interaction with people rather than just meetings and all that kind of stuff. Is having that face-to-face contact. But then there's a whole lot of people like, look, we made some adjustments to how we work, and it's still working productively, but we also save money on childcare, after school care, costs on petrol, and that kind of stuff. So that takes into account as to part of our flexibility. Again, I just think it's what type of leadership are we going to create in order to be productive. It shouldn't be about restrictions and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and everybody's different too. Everybody works different. Like especially the hours during the day. Are you better worker in the morning, or you're better worker at night?
Yeah.
You know, some people work better in the morning and slack off after 3 o'clock or after lunch. You know, and then their brain turns back on after 6. Yeah. And then they can work all night, kind of thing.
Because a lot of people think, you know, what drives our business, and a lot of people say customer, and I was like, no, you need people to support our customers. So you have to put the people first, you know. And I remember there was a quote that was done by someone on social media that, you know, if I'm the manager, I work for my staff. Yeah, they don't work for me. They don't own the business. You know, they can just switch off just like that. If they stuff up, the bad reflection of my team's performance is me. So I've got to work for them. Not on the way like drive. I was like making sure I'm supporting them the best I can to get maximum output, you know, for my team members, and, you know, to help us grow as well. And so, yeah.
I remember thinking a couple of years ago about the 9 to 5 and if it's going to change ever. Because I was thinking, like, say we work 9 to 5 since, I don't know, how many years have humans been working 9 to 5s? But back in the days, eh? Well, with technology, it's given us, technology has made us more efficient with what we do. So where does that stop? So say 20 years ago, you worked 9 to 5. Your production from that 9 to 5 is 10. Forward another 10 years with new technology, now your production is double that, because new technologies allows you to do it faster, do it quicker. When does that stop? You know, technology is gonna make things faster, even more faster.
That's almost saying, do we need more humans in the world? You know, because we're going to create a society that has technology. There's always going to be a human aspect as to what we need.
But that's when the AI and robots come in, because now they're going to be replacing people now.
That's if we choose to, if we allow that to continue to happen. And so we as people want to evolve into technology based, but do we create our communities to be based around human aspect of life? If we were to go rural areas where there are people out there that want to become self-sufficient in different rural areas, and because it's better for life and stuff like that. Yeah. So do you work towards that way, or do you work towards more technology? So for me, it's like, what can technology help me grow, but not take away our lives?